Arash, why don't we head home a little bit? There was some news over the weekend.
What news per
Well,
se?
if you watch any clips on social media, that is not contrary to what Stan Smeal says, that is not how you pronounce Vas. Oh shit, I forgot.
Oh no, baby! You already set it up. What's the hilarious? Okay, I just need to break down for people who have seen this but probably forgot.
Okay.
When Vasily Podkolzin was drafted in 2019, and again, not knowing Stan Smeal, maybe there's a mental thing. Just this. I'm going to paint you the picture. He goes up to the draft podium with a piece of paper in hand with Vasily Podkolzin's name written on it. Now, I assume $1 billion or $800 million franchise has enough time to attempt to write out Vasily Podkolzin, like 6 syllables. Stan Smeal dead ass goes up to he didn't open this piece of paper before he went up to the podium. No. He went up, opened the piece of paper, and went
La La Land.
No. Oh my God. Don't even get me started on La La Land. I had a rant last night about La La Land just in the middle of the night. I was just upset about it again. I'm sorry, but if you invest all your money in a theater and then theater goes bankrupt and you move back with your parents, whom coincidentally live across from a fucking public library, that's not the worst case scenario in a movie. I'm sorry. Can't do it.
Is that the musical with Emma Stone?
Yes.
Yeah.
I think I turned that off halfway through.
Yeah.
Dude, I can't believe the same man who made Whiplash, one of my favorite movies about just the process and education, turned around and just made
Arash, not my tempo.
Such a good movie. Anyway, what the fuck was I talking about?
Up.
Anyway, so Stan Smeal goes up to the podium. Sorry, that was a cinema break with Arash Mamar today. We went up to the podium, and Deadass opens up the thing and he says, Vasilyev Podslovan.
Oh.
And not all okay, so I was like, all right, that's rough. But then in the signing video where they're announcing they signed Vasily Podkolzin, they kept Stan Smeal butchering his name. And I'm like, okay, can we who was the guy who dug this up?
Yeah.
We can't just cut away with Imagine Dragons. We really had to have fucking Stan Smeal not even getting it in the ballpark. I almost wanted to be on social media. I just wanted to go on and just be like, hey, wait a minute. That's not Vasily Podslovan footage. Oh my God, did they hit the post too?
I mean, listen, I get it's a long weekend in the States. They could have phoned up Stan Smeal and just said, just say this name clearly into the phone and we'll just do a little ADR. And
yeah, we'll do a little ADR, but that didn't happen. Anyway, yeah. Fantastic, great. He's NHL ready in terms of being able to play 200-foot game. Jury's a little out with offensive ceiling. We don't know. But he's going to be one of those, I feel he's going to be one of those Yuri Letnin two-way fucking amazing motor wingers. A person that you honestly, I dream of the line where it's Höglander, Horvat, Podkolzin. I think that is, you keep them, you put those two wingers with Bo, you say, okay, we're not going to change this line. Even if we're losing 7-0, we're not changing the line. Because they just need time. They are the forecheck possession work, Christian Cage AEW fucking outwork everyone.
The second bullshit. Wrestling reference of the podcast. What's going on?
Wait! I got a third. Can we talk about that new Tide commercial with Mark Messier and Stone Cold?
What? Cold water? Oh hell yeah!
Oh man, I don't know why you're trading Mitch Marner. He's a great player. I just did cracking a few brews with my homegirl Gita. Ryan come over, and when we were working the match, we said Jack Eichel from Mitch Marner. Who says no?
They tell me what Jack Eichel, Mitch Marner. What? I say, what? Oh hell no!
Oh God!
What?
But yeah, okay, yeah, we're talking about Vasily Podkolzin and not Stone Cold Steve Austin, Hulk Hogan.
The comparables for Vasily
Vasily.
Podkolzin and Stone
Vasily
Cold Steve Austin,
Podkolzin. Yeah.
they have gone back generations.
Right.
All the way back since 2019.
Yeah.
People have been saying that Podkolzin could win the 96 King of the Ring, and he's gonna.
Okay.
They're making the comparisons that he's gonna be like Bo Horvat, where he's not the most fleet of foot, but he can learn. He can get better.
Well, I'm pretty sure I read somewhere he plays a North American game, so he'll be ready to step on the ice.
Yeah, absolutely. And you're talking about a smaller ice rink, smaller playing surface. He's going to be able to establish a forecheck. He's going to be able to. His game suits it more.
Tough, mean guy.
Tough, mean guy. Well, I mean, yeah, he has a motor. Like this guy has a fucking motor. Like you look at Brendan Gallagher who has a motor, Ryan Kessler who had a motor, right? You look at these kind of get on the ice, get shit done type players, Zach Hyman's of your world, to be clear. Okay, so that's great. So that's one positive. Wednesday is the draft lottery. That's the first step. It sounds like Ian Clark is getting extended. Apparently Thatcher Denko talked a lot in his exit interviews, brought up Ian Clark. I think even prior to the extension
I believe the whole exit interview is just Ian Clark, and then he brought out a chalkboard behind him.
Yeah.
And they just wrote his name like an episode of The Simpsons. And then they went, "Oh, so you like that guy?"
Yeah, 100%.
Okay.
So you have that. You have the coaching staff being extended. They're perhaps looking at bringing on someone. They never replaced Manny Malhotra, so maybe they're looking into doing that. I mean, yeah, we're heading into a really weird offseason. We don't know, like Seth Jones now, like all of these doors are opening up and expansion drafts. So this summer is going to be batshit.
Right.
This summer is going to be crazy. So just prepare for it. You have a lot of even if Toronto loses tonight, like that's another log on the crazy moves fire, because these organizations like the Buffaloes, the Torontos, even you look at Pittsburgh after they got bounced, what are they going to do with Jari? Do they trade for Fleury now? Like what essentially happens? You're setting up these situations within these markets that they're not looking to get a third line winger. They're looking to make fundamental change. Because like you look at Vancouver, have they kind of subsided a little up to the market a little bit. They brought back Travis, which is fine. They're talking about Daniel and Henrik. Okay, that's fine. But the long, like their short-term memory is not going to be existent. The fan base, they're not going to think, they're not going to fall for the smoke and mirrors. So let's say they go into the draft lottery, Seattle expansion, they have moves that they can make there. Free agency, they have moves they can make, trades, buyouts, whatever. It's all just culminating. I gotta tell you, Rash. I know this is supposed to be hot girl summer, but
if you want to talk about smoke and mirrors, if the Maple Leafs get bounced tonight and the Canucks say move up 2, maybe 3 spots in the draft lottery,
okay,
and they announce Ian Clark coming back and maybe another signing, like that's a banner week for Canucks sports and entertainment, and this fan base is going to be quickly forgetting for the very short, for the short term, that it wasn't too much fun being a Canucks fan this year. If all those things happen in the same 72 hours.
We need to stop getting really excited about the draft lottery.
Yeah, I feel like it's man, how do I explain it? What's something that we can tie this to? It's kind of like, for me, it's like that KFC bowl that has mashed potatoes, fried chicken, corn, and gravy on it. And every year I go and eat one, and then I regret it for a year. And then I go back to it, and I'm driving and I drive past. I'm like, you know what? Maybe it'll be different this time. And then lo and behold, no.
I'm sure they also serve Moscow Mules, which is, I believe, an early nickname for Podkolzin, which I quite enjoy. One quick little topic, and we'll go back to the playoffs because we got to give picks.
Okay.
he played 35 games for SKA St. Petersburg. Is that Putin's team? Or that's CSK Moscow, I
I think
believe.
it's Moscow.
So anyway,
I don't know. I'm not gonna say I know enough about the KHL to know.
so he's playing in a men's league, and it was very dear friend of the show, Chris Faber, definitely followed Podkolzin this year, and he was not getting regular minutes. Healthy scratched a lot. It's a men's league, and they're going with their vets to win games. So he played 35 games. He only, based on the minutes and the usage, he only had 5 goals, 6 assists, 11 points. Once they made it the playoffs, things really changed. And he had 11 points in 16 games played in the playoffs when it matters most. So this is a gamer, and I'm very excited he's coming here. And it was funny. Jimbo was on Donnie and Dollywall on Friday, giving a half decent interview. And it's like, so when's Podkolzin coming? It's like, we need to bring him by June 1st. So before then, and the pessimist Canucks fan in my mind is like, yeah, right, they're going to do that. And then sure enough, over the weekend, it happens.
They did it. Yeah. It's great. Honestly, it's going to be just great to have another one of those kind of plug and play wingers. Maybe again, the offensive thing is we still got to figure that out to see what he's going to top out as. Does he project to be like a 2020 guy who has an insane motor? Can he become like a power forward guy? We don't know. We just haven't seen the full gamut, because in terms of, like you said, like Faber tracked him. His playing time was so erratic. He's either getting benched or he's becoming the MVP of the playoffs. It's crazy.
I like it. Sounds like a real Toronto Maple Leafs migration pattern. If you're first, you're last.
Yeah, you ain't first, you're last. Well, that's the dumbest thing I ever heard. You can be second, third, fourth, fifth. Hell, you can be sixth.
We definitely love Nils Hoglander on this podcast. Sending out big hog shirts all across the North America. But on draft day in 2019, when in Vancouver, when Podkolzin was drafted, apparently he walked up to Hoglander. He gave him a big bear hug, and he proclaimed, "We're teammates now." So
it's dope, dude.
And that's pretty cute.
And hopefully they're line mates, because that would be a delightful combination of everything you need.